What is the difference between Oracle Fusion Financials and Cloud Financials? The difference is on-premises. If you are implementing with the server side, you can call it as on-premises. Okay, we can call it as a Fusion Financials. And if you are going Cloud Financials, that is without on-premises. Okay, so what are the environments are there? So we have a different structures. So most of the customers they will take as a SaaS model only. So if you are going to any real-time projects, they will take a SaaS model. Okay. So today we'll see about the use. These are the application contents. So what is the course content? So these are the applications. Okay. So general ledger, accounts payable, accounts receivable, fixed assets, cash management, and all. And what detailed content I can provide you. So after this session, okay. So you can see that. So we have a detailed content in this document. Okay. So for each application wise, what are the configuration, what are the topics and everything you can able to see here. So for example, if you're coming to general ledger, then these are the topics. Okay. So this initial is the basic configuration for your setup, and the next one is the transaction process. The transaction process is the end user point of view. So for example, once you complete the configuration for your GL, so what happens? So the end user can start use the system, right? So maybe he can enter the journals or he can reverse the journal and he can run the report and all. These all are part of your transaction process. Okay, so we'll see this one also. What are the transactions? For example, we have different types of journals and we have different types of security rules and etc. etc. We'll see that. So right now, again, I'm going to instance today. So before going to any instance, okay, so what we need? So we need the user. So we need to create the username for that. So how to create the username? We'll see in the instance today. So today we're starting instance setups and all. Okay, so before going to that, see instance. Actually, if you are going to any real-time project, okay, so there are two types of instance are there in the cloud. So one is the test instance and one is the production instance. So if you want to do any development or if you want to do any testing, then you can do in the test instance. Once the testing is completed, everything is finalized. So the production instance end user can use. Okay, so after go live happens, so end user can use the production instance. But if any developments or if you want to any do some setup changes and all, first you have to do in the test instance only. And if you are coming to development instance, in Oracle Cloud, what happen as per your customer request, they will provide. But defaultly, they will provide only two instances, which is the test and production. Okay. So if you want to development, then again they will take a additional amount, so they can provide the development instance and all. And this is for a vision instance, which is the seeded setups and all. So for your training purpose or knowledge purpose, you can use that. Okay. And while giving the instance, what is the username they will give? FA admin. Okay. This one they will give that. So these are the types of instance in the real time. So what are that? Test instance and production. So if you want to, as per your customer requirement, they can provide the development also. So for the most of the SaaS projects, we will not require any development instance because we're not doing any customizations. Still, if you want to do the any customizations, okay, so the system, the SaaS model is not allowed. So that's why we're not able to get that development instance here. Okay, is it fine? And if you are coming to users, so this is the user. So what is the user here? So coming to users here. So this is our user. So each user we have a job role and duty role. And okay. So how many types of users are there in the work? Okay, we'll see that. Okay, so there are a different types of users are there. So we'll see that one. Let me open the instance first. So this is our instance cloud page. Okay, so it's like that. Okay, so this is our instance cloud page. Okay, so let's open any Oracle instance. So directly we're going to setups now. So the training department will provide the Satish will provide the link and all. Okay, so once you got the link, then you can able to log in. Okay, let me log out from that. So he will provide the username and password. So this is the home page for the Oracle applications cloud. So just you can enter the URL in the Internet Explorer. Okay, then you can enter the user ID and password. Okay, So I can enter my user ID. Once you log in into application, okay, once you log in into application, so you can able to see this home page. So this is the home page for your cloud application. So this is done. So here first, what is this? This is just logo. Okay, what is this? This is a navigator. We can call it as a navigator. So if you want to search anything, just you can search it that. So, and this is like home page. Okay, so home page means this is the home page. So which one you want to log in? So, and this is like your favorites. So every time you are repeatedly working in the same window, then you can add into your favorites. And this is like a watch list. So what are that? So, and notifications, if you have any approval hierarchy or something there, then it will come into notification. And what is it? This is like a settings and actions. Okay, so we are going to settings and actions. You can able to see what is the Oracle application, how to what is the application help and all. So what is this application? So if you want to know which version you are going to use, so then you have to go to about this application. Okay, so if you click the about this application, then you can able to see that this fusion is belongs to which application. Okay, what is the version and everything you can able to see that. Okay, and here if you are seeing a middleware and a database and application, so the Oracle cloud structure is like this. So for example, if you are going to this Excel, so what is our structure is, so normally if you're going to any project, so the structure is like this. First, to connect the applications, okay, so to connect the applications we have to go to yeah, so this is our structure. So this is the cloud architecture. Okay, so what is the fusion application here? GL is the application, accounts payable is the application, accounts receivable is the application. Okay, so different offerings also. For example, if you're coming to SCM side and purchasing is the application, okay, SCM, HCM also, we have different applications are there. So this is like a front end application. So for example, you want to enter some any application data like entering invoices or supplies, whatever. So you can use these applications and you can enter that. And middleware to connect the database and application, we can use the middleware. So to connect the middleware, so what are the applications? These are the required. Okay, so IDE, and that means identity manager. Okay, so and APM authorization. These one these all we'll see later. Okay, one by one we'll see that. So that's why, so we're able to see the structure. When you are going to Oracle applications, you are able to see all the versions and all here. Okay. So this is the application version and this is your middleware and this is for your database. So is it fine? So like this, you can check it the version of the Oracle applications and remaining the setup and maintenance and these all are will come. So right now what I'm trying to do, so I want to create my user. Okay. So to create the user, what we need to do, just go to so cloud instance and this is the home page. So go to users here. So Oracle is provided to seeded role and custom role. So if the customer is not using any seeded role, he wants to customize the role. So in this case, the customer can create the own role so as per their business requirement. Okay. So as per their business requirement, the customer can create the user center. So what is this role? So first we'll create the user and all. So what are the types of users are there? So there are two types of users are there. One is the functional consultant user and one is the business user. Okay. So there are two types of users are there. So what is the benefit of while assigning these users to these roles to the users? We'll see later. So let's create the one user first. So let's go to first we'll create the own our user. Go to navigator. So don't confusion about this form. So first we'll get the confusion. Okay. So just we will see that. So how to create the user. Just you concentrate what I am doing now. That's it. So remaining what are there, just leave it that. Okay. So each and everything I will provide you. For example, if you go to cloud. So what is this? You can call it as a navigator. This is a logo, home page. What is that? Okay, so everything you can able to see in this document. Okay, so I can provide you after the session, so you can able to see that. Okay, this is called a springboard. So if you are coming to this one, so this one we will call it as a springboard. Okay, and let me create one user first. Okay, so go to tools. To create the user, we have to go to tools and go to security console. Okay, so just click the security console. So this is the home page. This is the page to create the user. So just go to users here. Okay. Okay. So here just you can click the add user account. Okay. I'm going to create my user account for my instance. So now I'm coming to user account. So what are that? So we have a two types of user. Simple. So we have a two types of user. One is the your IT consultant users and one is a non-employee, which is your employee user. So right now I'm going to create my non-employee user, which is a IT consultant user. Okay. So IT consultant who is implementing the project, he cannot be our employee. Okay, employee is different and IT consultant is the different, right? So let me create the user here. Okay, so just you can go to edit button and you add user. So just you can give the last name here. Okay, we can give some name, pin underscore pin dot or cloud. Okay, this is our username, and what are the star indicators are that these all are the mandate. Okay, so you can give the email, and this is our username and last name and all. So just you can give the password. Okay, just you can save and close. Simple. The user creation is very simple. Just you can save and close. So so the password also it's having policy. Okay, so you have to maintain policy for that password policy and all. Okay, just save and close. Simple user I am created to access this one. So once you create the user, so once you create the application implementation, we have to assign the role. Okay, so we have to assign the role. What is the role? So it's like a role is nothing but it is a some privileges to user allowing or to perform some actions. Okay, so role is a privileges to some privileges to users to perform the some actions. So if you are coming to roles, okay, we have it normally if you are coming to any real-time project. So we have a seeded roles. At the same time, we have a custom roles also. So let's take as a seeded role now. So then custom roles we will talk about later. Okay. So this is all while creating our role. So this one you can call it as a role based access control. Okay, just come to this one. So we have an implementation user. So what is that? So we have a one user called implementation and security IT security manager, which is our non-employee users. Okay. And if you are coming to business perspective, that means customer perspective. Can you mute on that? Someone is talking. So if you are coming to business user perspective, okay. So we have to create the different users, so as per your business requirements. So right now we're going to only implementation user, which is your application implementation consultant. Okay, so who can implement the project, so he has to give this role to that particular user. Okay, and this is like a IT security manager to create the users and to create the passwords and all. You can use the IT security manager. Okay, so by assigning the IT security manager, what I can do, so I can create my users and I can create my roles. I can create assign the roles to the my user and etc. So what are the types of users are there? So one is implementation consultant user, which is not our employee, and one is the employee users. Okay, so employee users like a different types of users are there. For example, you are a buyer, so buyer means who is going to buy the goods. Okay, so in this case, if you want to create a buyer user, then this one will see later. So right now we'll concentration on only implementation side. Okay, so now I am coming to role based access control. What is that? So if you're coming to role based access control, on the which role you want to give the access to the users. Okay, so for example, I am going to implement the project. I am a consultant, so in this case, what role I need to assigned to my user. So this is we can call it as a role based access control. Who is the nothing but your user. What and which role? So what are the types of our roles are there? We have a job role and we have a duty role. For example, if you're working in some organization, what happens? So definitely, what is your jobs? It's nothing but maybe I can tell I am a accounts payable manager. Okay, and what is that duty there? So maybe I can enter invoices, I can do the payments, I can run the reports. That is my duty. Simple words. So we have a two types of users are there here, and there is one more user is there, one more role is there, which is your abstract role, which is user to HRMS and all. So first we will see what is the job role. Job role is a just and duty role. So these two types of roles you can create that. Okay, and what basis and which setup, which of the setups you want. This is you can take it as a data access control. So here if you classify into one is the role based access control, and there is a one more data access control, and which data you want to give to access to the user. So I can give this accounts payable manager, but we have operations in India and USA. Okay, in this case, what happened? My India user wants to work only in India ledger. So that means I can give the access to only India ledger. If the US user wants to work only for US, then I can give only US ledger. So in this case, what happened? The data access come into the picture. Okay, so we can call it as a data access control. This one we'll see after creating the data. So right now we don't have any data rights. Just we are creating the user and roles, which is the seeded roles. Just 1 minute. Yeah, please. Someone is talking. Anyone can want to ask anything. So is it fine or you want to repeat again? So anyone can tell.
No, sir, nothing.
Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
So just we are creating simple user. That's what I'm telling. Okay. So once you create the simple user, then we'll coming to job roles. Okay. So what are the types of roles? Job role. So you can write as a job role as a accounts payable AP manager. Okay. And what is the duty here? Just you can enter the invoice entry or whatever payment entry payment. Okay, so this is called, you can call it as a duty role. This is like a next role is the call, you can call it as abstract role. Okay, so abstract role is related to HCM role, so we'll see at the time of HCM creation, user creation and all. Okay, so right now just you can concentrate on only job roles and duty roles, but Oracle is provided three types of roles. One is the job role, and one is the duty role, and one is the abstract role. Okay, so the same screen you can able to see role based access control. This concept you can call it as a role based access control. Okay, the next one is, so if you are coming to real time projects, okay, seeded roles. What are the seeded roles? Which is already provided by Oracle, you can call it as a seeded roles. Okay, so like general accountant from GL application, accounts payable specialist from accounts payable applications, which is already provided by Oracle. So you can use the same roles to the while implementing, or you can use the same users for processing the transactions also. Still, if the business is not happy, so he wants to create the custom roles. Maybe he wants to exclude or include. So in this case, we can create the custom roles. Okay, so this is the one. So if any project going to implement, what they will think. So what is the seeded roles and how many custom roles they required, they can check it. Okay. Once the user has created, so you can assign roles to the user, which is your part of your role based access control to the user. Okay. It may be seeded role or it may be custom role. Is it fine? And if you're coming to abstract role, it's like a HRMS. Okay. And we'll see later that part. Okay. So anyone can have any doubts? What is the roles? Is it fine? Role based access control. So let's go to instance now. Just create the username just right. So you can search it the username here. Okay, just you can enter three characters, at least three characters you can enter and you can search it. So this is our users. Okay. So we have created simple user. So now I'm going to assign seeded roles. Okay. So just to come to here and click edit here. So if you want to reset password in future, so just you can reset the password also. Okay. Just go to edit here. So here you can able to see all the roles. Just click the add role here. So first for application implementation consultants who is going to implement the project, we need to give the role called application implementation consultant. Okay, so just you can enter. So you can take as a with the varas, okay, which is the shaded one. Don't take other one, okay, because these are created by users, I think. So which is the seeded roles, just you can take which starts from ORA. Okay, so you can take that one only. Okay, just you can application consultants. Just you can click that. Okay, and this is ours. Just add role, and we can create the one more role called IT security manager. Okay, this is also seeded role. Okay, IT security manager. So you have to take with the Vara only. Okay, not this one. So you can find out the same name. Okay, so just don't confuse that. So these are the seeded role. Okay, because this is the test instance, right? So many users can try to create many roles and users. So that's what I'm telling. So don't take any other users. So just take the seeded role which starts from Vara. Okay, that's fine. Where is that T security? So is it fine? Just I have created simple role call a simple user and I assign the two responsibilities. Okay, as two roles. Okay, so one is the IT security manager and one is the application implementation consultant. Okay, just I can close, save it and close. So now I can log in with my user. Just you can log out from this. Just you can go to sign out. Just I'm logging with my user. Okay, so this is our user. Okay, so now again I'm coming to users. Okay, to create the users, what is the navigation? So go to navigator and tools, and here is the security console. By assigning the IT security manager, you can access the security consoles. For example, any user, so if any user is not created, is not assigned the role called IT security manager, in this case you cannot see the security console. So what is the purpose of IT security manager? So to create the roles, to create the users and all that. So that's why you have to assign the IT security manager. Again, coming to security console.
কোন দিনগুলো তোমার সুবিধা সেটা বলো।
Okay, so again I'm coming to my user. Okay, this is our user. So user category, which is the default one. So, okay, and username and first name, last name, email. So if you have any email, you can give that, which is not mandatory. And if you want to expand, okay, so maybe you can give the from date and to date also you can do. So in future, if you want to log this user, okay, so just you can enable the log button, okay. And again, so this is the advanced information. So this is from administration side. So leave it this one, and this is the roles. So what are the seeded roles as of now? So only we have a application implementation and IT security manager. So now I'm coming to roles part. Okay, so just come to roles. For example, if we select as a application implementation consultant, which is the seeded one. Okay. Oh, I think today network is little bit slow. Okay, so we'll see that. So you can able to see the job roles, duty roles, abstract roles. Okay, these are the types of roles. You are able to see this here, right? The search one you can able to see that. Meanwhile, anyone can ask any questions. No one is asking.
What about if we have to create our own users? Sorry, own roles.
Yeah, that is custom role. So that one also will do after this one. Yeah.
Sure, sure.
So normally custom role means what happens. So you cannot create any custom role directly. So just you can copy the seeded role and you can create the custom role. Okay.
So
So,
it's
but we'll see the how to create the custom role for the business specific also we'll see. So right now we're in the seeded one only.
sure, sure.
So just this is the role actually. So you can able to see the what are the role here. You can able to see the all the privileges for this role. Okay. So for example, you are selecting as a application implementation consultants. Then what happens? So these all the privileges you can able to see here. Okay, which is the seeded one.
So application consultant can have all the modules which the subscribers is entitled for.
Yeah. So setup related, you can access for all the modules, but again, we have to give the offerings also. For example, if the customer wants to implement financials, so we have to enable the offering for financials. Then what
Okay.
happened? The system automatically create the task list for the financials according to their requirement. So you can do the all the setups
Okay.
as
But
per
still we have
offerings.
to enable the modules in that case.
Yeah. So we'll see how to enable the offerings and we will see later. So right now,
Mm.
the application implementation consultant can do the all the setups. Okay,
Okay.
right now. Okay, and so you can able to see that which is the seeded one. So for example, if you click the edit roles, for you want to edit the roles, just you can go the edit role and you can create your custom role. Okay, so for example, I am taking general accountant, which is related to our GL. So what is the role in here? So he can enter the journals and all. Okay, for example, if you're taking general accountant, okay, so this is our general accountant. So you can do all these activities, privileges. Okay, so now if you want to create your own custom general accountant, okay, then you can go to edit the role and you can do that. Okay, just click the edit role and you can do that. At the same time, if you want to copy the role, okay, so you can copy the role also and compare the role. For example, in the real time, what happens? So we have a 100 users. Okay, have a 100 users who wants to give assign the same role to 100 users. In this case, what happened? So maybe each user have a different also. So we were not able to understand which role for which user. So maybe we have some difference in the role. So in this case, what happened? You can compare the role also. For example, you click the compare role, then it will ask the role. So what is the first role and what is the second role? So you can give the both roles and you can compare that. So the system automatically it will. So for example, if you are entering as a general accountant, if you are taking as a second role as a someone something, just 1 minute, let me take one. So for example, you are taking general accountant, which is not the seeded one. Okay, so what is the difference? You can able to see here. So like this, you can compare. Okay, just click the compare here. You can able to see the first row and you can able to the second row. Okay, this is the second row and this is the first row. See, you are able to see the so the comparison. So it is there and it is not there. It is there in the first row, it is not there in the second row. So that like this way, you can compare your first row and second row. So if you want to do comparison, okay. And the next one is if you're coming to again this one. So we have a simulative navigator. What is this? This is nothing but your home page icon. Okay. If you want to create any icon in the home page, then in this case you can go to simulative. For example, go to home page. Okay, so you are able to see all the icons here, right? So you are able to see all the icons here. Okay, just 1 minute. Okay, here not there. So these are the icon. This is one icon. Okay, let me go to instance only then. So little bit slow today, so we have to So initially we'll go slowly only. Okay, after 1 week we'll start. Okay, so initially we'll go slowly only because initial the setup point of very confused actually. So once you got the understanding of the product, then it's very easy. Okay, so we'll go very slowly for initial 1 week. Okay, so see what I'm trying to say here is simulative navigator is nothing but a home page icon. Okay, so we'll see how to create the home page icon also. Okay, at the time of our custom role creation. So see, if you are able to see this, right? So this is the simulative navigator. So if you want to create any icon in your home page, so then you can create here. So come to end. Okay, so you can create here. So just go to text file information and you can able to create that. Okay, so if you are see here, so these are the different icons. For example, if you are going to take a payables icon, so these are the dashboards and all. Okay, so you are able to see, right? The same way, if you want to create any icon first, so you have to go for simulative navigator. Go to home page. So these are the icons. What I'm trying to say here, these are the icons. For example, if you are going to payables, okay, it's not there, so but still you can create it because the offering is still not enabled. Okay, that's why it's not able to there. And again, I'm going to navigator. So maybe if people got understanding how to create the user and how to assign the seeded roles to the user, is it fine or you want to tell again? So let me know so that I can do that. I can go to next one. So what is the role? So which is having some privileges to users, allowing to perform the some actions. Okay, so you can call it as a role. So what is the user who can can have access the roles and who can have the access the instance and all, who can call it as a users. What are the types of roles? We have a job roles and we have a duty roles and we have a abstract roles. Okay, so these are part of a which one? So these are all are part of our role based access control. Okay, and who and what and which data. So we have seeded roles and we have a custom roles. So we'll see custom roles. So once you assign the roles to your users, so we have to run the one program called LDAP. Okay, automatically the system will create the submit the program. Still, if you want to manually submit this program, just you can submit that. So how to submit the programs? Okay, so we'll see. So what it will happen by while submitting this one? Okay, so it will synchronize your users and roles. Okay, it will synchronize your roles and users. Okay, is it fine? So I'm not going to submit now. So we'll again come back again. So go to, if you want to submit also you can submit. Go to schedule process. This one we call it as a ESS, enterprise service. This one will we have one more chapter. We'll come back again. So right now just I'm submitting the program to synchronize my roles to the user. So you have to schedule new process. So automatically the system will submit it. Okay, once you assign the roles and once you save the record, automatically the system will submit it. So, but still, if you want to submit manually, then you can go to schedule new process. So you can able to see the what is the request name and what is the process ID. Every request name it will create the one process ID and what is the status of the program. So it may be waiting, running, succeed, failed, error, and what is the schedule time and what is the submission time. Everything you will able to see there. So if you want to search for user specific, you can able to search. Okay, user specific also. This is a criteria for searching. So just you can search it here. So by using this one, so you can submit all the reports, programs, okay, maybe seeded one or custom one. So everything. Just you can give the percentage and you can search it. Okay. So what is the LDAP? So LDAP is nothing but lightweight data application protocol. So by running this program, what happened? So it will synchronize the roles to the user. Okay, just you can check it this one. Yeah, this is the one. Retrieve latest LDAP changes programs. Okay, you have to run this program to synchronize your roles and users. Just click OK button. And what happens? So this is the program name and this is the description. So just you can submit. This is your process ID. Okay. So this is our program. So this is our process ID. Now status is showing as a ready. Just you can refresh. So now the status is showing as a running. So you have to wait for to complete or succeed. It
Can
will
I ask
take.
a question here? Hello.
Yeah, please.
Like in EBS, do we have shortcuts over here, like keyboard shortcuts, or each time we need to use the mouse only, like for refresh, for scheduling, for anything?
Shortcuts, right? What? Yeah, we have. I think so. We have a document for that, so I can forward you. Yeah.
Uh, Maybe the
Normally
address.
by character, right? So if the character is underscore, then you can control and you can do that, right?
Yeah.
So with that, so we'll see that. So we have any experience in EBS?
Yes, I came from EBS background.
Okay. So Apology for today. So the instance is taking some time actually, not every day. Okay, so be patient. Yeah, so it will complete for some time. So we'll go again into home page. So by assigning the application implementation consultant to your user, so I can able to see the setup and maintenance here. Okay, so what is that? Setup and maintenance. If you are not assigning application implementation consultant to your user, so then you cannot able to see the setup and maintenance. So you have to remember this point. The same time, if you are assigning the IT security manager, then you can able to see the security console. So is it okay? So go to do any setups, you have to log in into setup and maintenance. So the next one is, so if you are coming to any real-time implementation project, okay, so because the customer wants to implement financial project, then what happens? So everything is ready. So like documentation, everything is ready. Okay, our customer ready to do the every all the documents are uploaded and finalized. Okay, like BRNA documents and whatever. So related to setup and now, what is our target? Target is the configuration in the Oracle instance. Okay, so how many types of instance are there? One is the test instance and one is the production instance. Can you do directly setups in the production? No. So first you have to configure all the setups in the test instance. Okay. So once the everything is finalized, then you can move all the setups from test instance to production instance. Okay. For example, now our project is financial project. So we're going to implement the financial project, so we need the team members. So how many team members, it depends on your customer requirement again. If any you are a single ledger and you are using very simple functionalities and all, so in this case one person per one financial and one person for SCM, like that is enough. So if the project is that's what I'm telling, it's completely depends on your project, so how you want to handle. So just we will see how to create the implementation project here. Okay, first we need to create the implementation project here. Okay, so go to this is called task. Okay, so these are the we can call it as a task list. These all are, we can call it as a task list. So this is called offerings. Okay, so if you're coming to this one, financially the one offering, SCM is the one, SCM is the one offering. Okay, these are, we can call it as a offerings. Again, in each offerings we have a different options, like general ledger application, accounts payable and all. So now our target is implementing financial projects. So which offer we need? So we need the financial offering. So how to create the project, we will see now. Go to task list. So if you're coming to task list, okay, just go to manage implementation project. Okay, so our you can enter the implementation project. Okay, just you can search it. If already project is registered, so if you want to create the new project, just click the add button. So this is my project name. So what is my project name? So Fin Cloud is my project name. Implementation. Okay, so this is my project name. So just you can give the same code name as a code also, and description also you can give. And what is the status? Now is not yet started. So assign to which user? So right now we have only one user, so that's why it's showing as a this one. And what is the starting date of the project? Okay, so definitely we have a target dates right in the project, so you can give the start date of the projects. For example, I want to start from today, so just we can give. And finish date we don't know, so when it will be finished, it may be late or it may be early also. So that's why the field is not mandatory, but the starting date is the mandatory and finish date is not mandatory. Okay, so once you select the project name, so just you can click the next button. Simple. I'm just creating my project here. Okay, so I'm just creating my project, whatever I want to implement. Okay, just click the next button. Yeah, so you are able to see all the offerings, right? So these are all our offerings, I can say. So one is the financial offering, okay, and SCM offering, all the offerings you are able to see. So right now I want to implement only financials. So then you can take as a financials. If you want to implement procurement also, so you can take it as a procurement offering. Okay, so just you can enable this one. For example, you want to implement procurement also, you can just enable this one. And if you want to implement order management, okay, so this completely depends on your requirements. So while taking subscription, the Oracle will ask which which offerings do you require to implement your project. So according to that, they will take the subscription charges and all. Okay, so for example, my customer wants to only implement the financials, then he will charge for only financials only. Okay, just you can select the offerings here. So what is that? In the financials, what are the modules will come? These all will come. So as part of our course curriculum, okay, if you're coming to this one, so these all will come. Okay, so applications, okay, general ledger will come, accounts payable will come, accounts receivable, fixed assets, cash management, fusion taxes, all. So we'll see all that. So these all are part of your financials. Okay, right now just I'm selecting as a one this one offering as a financials. Is it okay? So all the related financials, okay, I want just enable. Just you can save and click the open project. So by enabling the offerings financials, what happened? It will create the task list for your application. Okay, so it will create the task list for your applications. What are the tasks we require to implement your financial process? So we'll see later. Okay, so we'll see once the project is created. We'll see.
Sir, without
Yeah.
creating this implementation project also still we can configure the setups, right?
No, in the implementation project itself, configuration, right? So supporting project, like supporting project not required to create any setup. Okay, if any new functionality or if any setup changes are there, then you can do that. So, but from scratch to end, the implementation consultant can create the setups. For example, you are a supporting consultant, so you cannot create any ledger. So if you want, they want to create the ledger as per their requirement, like reporting and primary ledger. Again, that is again implementation project only. So that's what I'm telling. The setups is a part of our implementation and supporting also, but from scratch to end, so only implementation consultant create. Okay, so and if you're coming to financials, so we are selecting as offering as a financials and procurement. Okay, So you are able to see your project name and what is the status of that, and assign to which user, and what is the start date of the project. Okay, and if you click this one, so you can able to see the all the task list. Okay, these are the tasks we have to configure. So for example, if you want to configure for your ledgers and all, just you can go. These are all the list of your task list. Okay, so for creating ledger, so what is the task and everything, you can able to see that. So if you are coming to real time, what happen, all the financial, maybe if the project is very big size, so each application have own owner. Okay, so ownership is one, maybe one person or two persons also it may be. Otherwise, if the project is very small, so maybe all financial offerings one person can also deal. Okay, it depends on your project size and all. Okay, so for example, if the payable is the one owner and receivable is the one owner, in this case, we have to assign all the tasks to the owner. So just you can click go to, for example, I want to give ledger configuration for one SN. Then just you can click the SN task and you can give the task to the particular user. Okay, so you can give the task to the user. So here you can able to see the list of users and all. So right now I'm an implementation consultant. I want to implement all this. So that's why I am not giving anything. So just you can give this, just click the edit status to what is the status of the project. Okay, so in progress, just you can click the in progress. So now what happens, so this is fine, and in future if you don't want to you can see the status of the project also. Okay, so just go to edit here. So this is the edit button, so if you want to change the date and all also you can do that. Okay, so is it fine? So to how to create the implementation project, here we will see that. Is it fine? So, or do you want to explain again? So just I'm selecting as a offering as a financials, and just I created one project. Simple. So while selecting the offering as a financials, what happened? The system will create the task list. Simple. So these are the list of tasks for our project. For example, if you want to implement SCM, so procurement you have to give. For HCM, so HCM offerings you have to enable. Okay. So just click done button here. Okay. So just you can check it. So this is our project. Okay, just you can go to here. So you can able to see same information again. So if you want to set this particular specific to any task, then you can go to enter here and you can search it. Okay, these are the list of tasks for our project. So is it fine to create the implementations? Is it fine? Shiva, Sonu, Sai Krishna.
Yes, sir. Fine.
Okay, fine. So this is the way you can create your implementation project. Okay, and just click done. So, see, these are all the part of your real-time project only. So don't feel it's like a training. Okay, so in the real time also we'll create users like this only. We'll create the roles and we're assigning the roles. Everything is the same. Okay, so there is no any difference between here training and real-time project. Only problem is, so maybe real-time projects they will maintain the pace and documentation point and approvals and all. So but we don't have, right? So that is the only internal. So configuration point of view, so everything is the same. So instance, okay, user and role versus control. Now, before creating any four COs, before creating your GL configuration, okay, at least we know what is debit and what is credit. So what is the debit and what is credit, you know. So I will forward the basic accounting today. So just you can read that. So what is the debit account and what is the credit accounts? Okay, and then we'll see that. So for example, so if you're taking any accounting entry, okay, so manual journal entry, okay, so this is the format. Okay, date we required, and what are the list of accounts we required, and what is the debit amount and what is the debit amount, credit amount, and which currency are going to this. So these all are required to enter any manual. Okay, so the same way Oracle also designed like 4Cs. Okay, here date is nothing but your calendar. Okay, so what is the 4Cs? 4Cs is nothing but calendar, currency, chart of accounts, and accounting conversion. Okay, so date is nothing but your calendar here, and particulars is nothing but your chart of accounts here. So list of accounts like salary account, which is the expense account, cash account, which is your asset account. Okay, and this is for your amount belongs to which currency, so nothing but your INR. Okay, and what is the accounting method? So normally we have different types of accounting methods. One is the standard accrual and one is the standard cash. We'll see while creating ledger, so what is the difference between standard accrual and standard cash. Apart from that, sometimes what happen, user can create the own custom accounting method also. Okay, so the user can create the business will create the own custom accounting method also. That one also depends on their requirement. So but if you're coming to seeded side, okay, so we have a two accounting methods. One is the standard accrual and one is the standard cash. Okay, so this is one. So now I am coming to this one. So to create the first ones, what is first one, what is that? Date. So to create the dates, what we need to define? Calendar. So just go to create the calendar here. Okay, so to create the calendar, just you can go to task list and go to manage implementation project, and you can select your project here. So go to this one. Now I started configuration task list. Okay, just you can go to, so you can able to see here also like this, and if you want to search it, just you can go to calendar, enter the calendar. Okay, see this is the calendar. So you can able to see the navigation path. So financials, you have to go to financials and defining common application configuration for financials again. And again, you have to go to enterprise structure for your financials. So this is the way also you can go. Otherwise, if you want to go to task list from the here also you can go. Okay. So for example, if you're coming to home page, okay. So here also you can able to go. Okay. So go to financials here. Okay, still is not. Go to financials. Okay, so go to financial reporting structure. So initially the navigation point of view you have to remember. Okay, so just go to calendars, manage accounting calendars. This is the way also you can go there. Okay, just first you have to select as in offering as a financials, all related to financial setups you can able to see here on. Okay, so now what happened, I'm going to create the calendar. Okay,
Sir, is there any document where we have the steps mentioned that what are the configuration we have to do first, then second, then third, like this?
yeah, initially it's difficult, sir. So once you start practicing, it's not a big deal actually. So we don't have any document each, but still I can provide the navigation point for you also in this same document. So while okay, so you can use the same document. So I can give this one also. Maybe tomorrow I can include that. So now I'm going to create my calendar. So what is the calendar? So calendar is nothing but combination of periods, right? So it may be Jan to December or April to March. Okay. Just you can give the calendar name here. So, so, So description, okay, all the starts are mandatory and remaining are not mandatory. See here telling policy, okay, so you cannot use the following string or character as this one. So just you can change the name as per the policy. Okay, and what is the starting date of your calendar? So you can give the start date of the calendar. So if you are coming to calendar point of view, okay, so normally if you are going to implement any project, okay, there are two types of calendars. One is the financial calendar and one is the fiscal calendar. So financial calendar is nothing but our Jan to December, you can say, and fiscal calendar it will start from April to March as per India. So the same if they want to maintain any fiscal calendar as per their country requirement or as per their business requirement, they can create the fiscal calendar. For example, if you are taking business like GE and all, so they will create their own calendar. So we can call it as a fiscal calendar. Okay, if the business is creating calendar from Jan to December, then we can call it as a financial calendar. So which calendar do you want to implement for your ledger? So we have to select that. For example, I want to implement my ledger as the financial calendar. In this case, what happened? What is my starting period? Jan is the starting period, and just you can give the start date of the calendar. And what is the frequency? How do you want to generate your calendar? So is it monthly calendar or is it maybe quarterly calendar? Is it weekly calendar, yearly calendar? It's completely depends on the business. So business will provide the data. Okay, no need to worry about it. So this is just training, right? So that's all. But in the real time, what happens? So all the data will provided by the business only. Okay, so according to the, just you can configure that. Okay, which calendar they want to implement. So they can provide the what is the dates and all also they can provide. So right now I'm taking as a monthly calendar and just like a user defined prefix if you want. And this is like a separator. So how do you want to separate your dates? Okay. So just you can use this. And what is the format of the calendar? So you can give the format of the calendar. And if you're coming to this one, so what is my starting period? 1st January 2023, the start period. So what is the first period here? So 1st January the 2000. Are you going to use the same calendar for your budget transactions also? Because this is my financial calendar. So if you are going to use the same calendar for your budget and financial, then you can enable that. Some business cases, what happens, they can use the separate calendar for budget and they can use the separate calendar for financials. Okay. So if you are going to use the same calendar, then you can enable. So if you're not going to use not going to use, then don't enable this one. We don't have any budget requirements for our organization. In this case, not required to enable this checkbox. Okay. And what is the adjustment period? So this is the adjustment period frequency. Okay. What happened? So while creating any adjustment periods, how many adjustment periods do you require for your calendar? Okay. So normally our calendar is the Jan to December, which is a 12 months, right? So, but still I want one more period to my as a my adjustment period. So in this case, you can select that. So how do you want? Once at the year end. So that means after December, it will create the one period as a adjustment period. No. Once at the beginning year and once at the ending year. So that means what happened? It will create the two adjustment periods. One is at the beginning and one is at the year ending. So it's completely depends on their business requirement. Most of the businesses cases, they will create the initial one adjustment period and year ending one adjustment periods. Okay, so just you can enable check this. This completely depends on this one. So what is the purpose of adjustment period? We'll see that. Okay, we'll see later. Just click next button. Simple calendar definition is very simple here. Okay, so now you are able to see the dates. What is the from date and what is the to date? What is my period name? Okay, which year? Everything you are able to see that. Okay, right. So I have selected my adjustment period two. One is the initial and one is the ending. So that's why I'm able to see the adjustment period. So which is the adjustment flag is enabled for that. So remaining periods are not enabled. So that means which is your regular financial periods. So for adjustment period, the flag should be enabled. For example, you want to identify it. So just you can add it as a adjustment like this. So then I can easily identify that. Okay. So what is the from date and so period name 1, 2, 3, so up to 12 periods and 13 and 14. So because 12 is the regular periods and 2 are the adjustment periods. And which quarter? Okay. So Jan to March is the first quarter and April to June is the second quarter. So like this. And what is the starting date of that? Okay. So what is my start date? 1st January, the start date. So it will take as end date as the this one. Okay. So see if you are able to see that. See if you see observe one point here, adjustment showing period is showing as the start date and it is the same day, one day only. Okay. Why means if the business wants to enter any adjustment transactions. Okay. For example, right now I'm in March. So for example, if you assume I'm March, so all the periods are closed. Still, I have one pending transaction which is my January. So now business will not allow to reopen the period. Business will not allow to reopen the period. In this case, for this quarter, I can enter the transaction manually. Okay, in this adjustment period. Okay, so whatever the adjustments are there, I can enter that. So that's what, if you want to maintain each quarter wise adjustment also, you can do that. So it's completely depends on your business requirement. So now what happens, so at the time of year ending, I want to enter all my adjustment transactions in the adjustment period. So that's why it's showing as only one day. One day is enough for, so I don't want to use all the days. So because these are all the adjustment transactions, maybe user forget or maybe some adjustments from the financial side also. Okay, it depends on that. So we have to use that. Most of the companies, they will enable the adjustment period. Okay, but they will not entertain to enter any manual transactions or adjustment transactions from business perspective. Okay, still you have to create the adjustment period. Okay, still you can do that. So if you're not creating an adjustment period also, not fine, but it's mandatory at the implementation projects. Okay, from the customer side, just you can click the save and close. So just you can click the save here.
Once
I'm not
again,
going
for the
to
last, I think it's the date is getting 12, so we can make it as 31st.
Yeah, this is
Or
31st
31
only, right?
only. Oh, sorry. I thought it's third. Yeah, my bad, my bad.
No, always adjustment period is the one day.
Sure. Okay.
Just you can save it this calendar. Okay, so now what happens? So to create the entry, so date is ready. So which is your calendar is ready. Okay. And if you want to create the next year, so is it one time setup? Every year you cannot create the calendar. Okay. Because at the time of implementation, we'll create the calendar and we can assign this to the ledgers. Okay. But every year we have to add it. So just you can click the add here. So automatically the system will create adding into the next year. Okay, just you can select the add here. So you can able to see that. Okay, so like this you can create the calendar and adding the year. So no need to do any configuration. What is the from date to date? The system will take care of everything. Okay.
The one which is at the
Can
beginning.
Yeah, please.
can we change adjustment periods in next year, or still it is to be followed?
No, adjustment period each year we have.
Correct. So now in 2023, you mentioned in one adjustment period in the last of the year, end of the year. So in the next financial year, can we change that adjustment period to somewhere else?
No. In the if you are adding next year, the
Yeah.
automatically the system will create the one more year. So automatically the two adjustment periods will come.
Okay, so we cannot change the adjustment period in next year.
No. Here we're not changing. We're defining the calendar.
Correct. No, my question is in the next year, if policy has changed and they want adjustment year
Right. I
somewhere
got
in,
it. So maybe in the next year they want to make it as only one adjustment period. They don't want to use the two adjustment period, right?
correct. In
Yeah,
that case,
no,
can
it's
we
not
change?
possible in my
It's
view.
not
So
possible. Okay.
it's one time setup.
One time
That's what
setup.
I'm
Okay.
telling you.
Yeah.
Be careful while creating the
Okay.
this one. So this is
Okay.
one time setup.
Thank
It's
you.
not
Yeah.
possible.
Got it.
Okay. Yeah. Next one, please.
Sir, adjustment period will open for how long? Like it will be closed automatically after some time, or it will be open forever?
For example, we were taking at the year ending. So after closing the December, we'll take it as an adjustment period. It should be open. If any pending transactions are there, you can treat as you can enter. Otherwise, you can close the adjustment period also. That's what I'm telling you. The business will not entertain to enter any adjustment transactions in the adjustment period. So before period close only, we have to take care. We have to take care everything. So still we have an option to enter the adjustment transactions. Okay, so for example, after December only, the adjustment period will open. So what are the transactions are there, you can enter. Otherwise, you can close this one. Okay. So the period open and close is different. We'll see at that time. Okay. So right now, just we are creating the calendar. That's it. Closing and opening. What is the future entry? These all I will see later. Is it fine? So
Yes.
next one. Anyone can have any doubts on the calendar?
Adjustment.
Can you repeat again, please?
Can we give a quarterly basis adjustment like every 3 months we can adjust it?
See, if the business wants to create the adjustment period at the quarter wise, also you can every 3 months also you can do that. This completely depends on business requirement. Okay. See, while creating the journal entry, we'll see what is the purpose of how to enter the adjustment transactions. Okay, just to right now we created the adjustment transaction for our calendar. That's it. So just these points you remember in the mind. So later we'll see that. Next one, please.
Sir, one question on calendar. So like some organizations follow the financial year as a calendar year. Like India, we have in April to March. In US companies, they follow July to June. So can we create those calendars also, like beginning from July to ending with June?
Yeah, you can create. That's what I'm telling. So we have two types of calendar. One is the financial calendar, one is the fiscal calendar. So
Okay.
this is part of your fiscal calendar, whatever you were telling, right? So
Yeah.
that is part of your period. You can start from any month and you can end from any month. No
Okay.
problem.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Next one, please. So, okay, fine. So let me go to next one. So what we require now. So once the date is completed, so we need the currency also. Okay. So we have a different types of currencies are there. So how to create the currency in the system, we'll see now. Okay, just save and close. Just click the done button and go to currencies here. So for example, our project is Indian project. So we're implementing for India customer. Okay. In this case, what happens? So our currency is the INR, right? If the customer is belongs to, if the project is belongs to USD, then it is. See, these all these are seeded currencies which is already provided by Oracle. So no need to create any new currency. Okay, already it is provided by Oracle. Just you can use the currencies. Still, if you want to create new currency, also you can create that. Just click add button here, and you can create the currency. Just you can give, for example, I want to create some duplicate currency. So just you can give the currency name and currency code. Okay, and you have to enable this one. So then only the system can recognize that this currency is the active currency. So in future, if you don't want to use that, then just you can give the end date. But no one not required to create any new currencies, which is already there, which is provided by Oracle. Okay, so if you are coming to currency point of view, okay, so if you are coming to currency point of view, we have a different types of currencies are there. One is your ledger currency and one is your foreign currency. One is your transaction currency. Okay, what is the difference between ledger, foreign currency and transaction currency? For example, I am going to implement my project for India. So in this case, what is my ledger currency? INR is my ledger currency. But I want to enter the transaction. I want to enter the invoice in the USD. In this case, what is this? It is a foreign currency, I can tell. Okay. At the same time, transaction currency also. Maybe transaction currency is the same currency as your functional currency, which is your ledger currency, or it may be different currency, which is your foreign currency. So, right. So, for example, you are going to enter the invoice with the INR, which is your transaction. So, INR is belongs to your ledger currency. That's what. So, we have a different types of currencies. All the currencies you can define here only. So, just this is the window for to define the currencies. Okay. Is it fine? So, anyone can have doubt on this one?
So the chart of account will have only one currency at a time.
No, we're talking about chart of account later. So just you talk about currency only. Chart of accounts is the different, that is list of our segments and all. So okay, so currency is the different. Just you.
What about the precisions? Like if you want up to 0.2 decimals, 5 decimals, that control is enabled? Is there?
Yeah, it is also there. So just go to edit button here, then you can able to see that. Just let me delete this one. This is the delete option. Okay. So you are able to see, right? So precision, how many precision points do you require for this currency, which is already seeded one. So still, if you want to extend it also, the system will allow that. So is it fine? So can I move to next one?
Sure, sure.
So we have completed calendar and we have completed currency. What is our next one? Next one is the simple. So this is completed, and we need the list of accounts. Okay, what is this? For this, we have to create the chart of accounts. Okay. So go to chart of accounts. Okay, go to financial reporting structure, and you are able to see only required tasks. Just click the all task here, so you can able to see all the tasks. Okay. So go to manage chart of accounts. So structure. See, chart of accounts is very costly setup, I can say, because this is one-time setup. Once you finalize your chart of accounts, okay, you cannot do anything. Okay. So if you're coming to customer point of view, on what basis customer will decide chart of accounts? Okay, on what basis customer will decide the chart of accounts? We'll see. And the next thing is chart of account is the foundational setup. Okay, it is a foundational setup which plays the key role for your enterprise level. Okay, so this is at the enterprise level chart of accounts with the, you can use that. Okay, and the next one is once you create the chart of accounts, you cannot change the chart of accounts. So that's why it is very costly setup. And if you want to do any modification, the system will not allow. It will show you the data constancy error. Okay, so that's why be careful to while creating the chart of accounts. Normally business cases also real time also. So chart of accounts to finalize they will take many days. Okay, so they will not taking immediate decision. Okay, so what is the chart of accounts? Chart of accounts is nothing but we'll see now. Okay, just go to chart of accounts. So to create the chart of account structure, so okay, we have to go to flexible concept. What is the flexible? So flexible is nothing but flexible field which is used to capture the mandatory and not mandatory business information. Okay, so which is used to capture the mandatory and not mandatory. We have a different types of flexibles are there. So one is the key flexible and one is the descriptive flexible and one is the extension flexible. Okay, so first we will concentrate on the key flexible. Okay, so what is that? So flex, just I am telling simple word, flexible is nothing but combination of your segments. Okay, what is the combination of segments? For example, if you are taking again coming to same sheet. Okay, for example, you are taking this one. So salary account is the cash account, simple account. But if you are coming to Oracle, so what happened? So we need the segment called company, and we need a segment called account, and we need a segment called department, and we need a segment called product. So this is each one you can call it as a segment. Okay, so these all are segments we can define in the chart of account as part of our chart of account. Chart of accounts is a part of our flexible structure. Okay, so each application we have a flexibles. For example, we are coming to key flexibles. Okay, so application is the general ledger. So we have one flexible called accounting flexibles. For example, just click the general ledger here. You can able to see the flexible here. So what is the flexible name? So key flexible, which is the provided by seeded one by the Oracle. Okay, so this is the one. For example, if we are going to receivables, so maybe receivables have some different key flexibles. If you are going to define fixed asset setups, then fixed assets are having some key flexibles like asset category, asset key, and asset location. So right now, just we will concentrate on the only GL. Okay, don't go. Okay, just now I'm going to create my chart of accounts with the help of the this key flexible, which is the seeded, which is provided by Oracle. So this is fine. So now, what is the flexible? Flexible is the combination of segments. So just what are the segments? Segment is the combination of value set. So what is the value set? Value set is the combination of value. What is the value? Value just is like a unique code. Simple definition I can tell. Okay. So first we will concentrating on the segment deciding factor. Okay, from the customer point of view. Okay, it's completely depends on your business transactions. So how going to enter the transaction and how the business wants to reporting to the higher authorities. If business is going to track, okay, track all the revenue and expenses and location wise, it's completely depends on that. For example, we have a one segment called cost segment, and we have a one segment called intercompany. So if the business wants to use the any intercompany transaction, then we can create the intercompany segment. And for example, department, which is nothing but your call center. So what happen, it will what happen if you want to track the balances at the cost center wise, so then you can create the cost center wise. And revenue, if you are taking as a product, so if you want to take the revenue, okay, on product wise, so then you can create the product segment. So that's what I'm telling, it's completely depends on your business requirement, how many segments they required, and what are the segments they require. So but just simple definition I can give. So just I created five segments here. Okay, so one is the company and one is the account. So this one, so for example, I am going to create the company segment, and what is my company name, like a some Tata Corporation or whatever, Tata Capital, whatever. So list of businesses, right? And accounts, what are the list of accounts, like a salary account, cash account, revenue account, depreciation account, the all the list of accounts. Okay, and department, which department, so maybe operations and HR department, whatever. So product, what is the product and all. So this one you can call it for each one. For company segment, we have a one company called Tata Corporation. For this one, we are entering as a one value. What is that? 101. It's nothing but just value. It's nothing but just code. Okay, it is just like a code. So this code having some description, which is the Tata Corporation. If you are coming to account segment also, this is the salary account. So for the salary account also, we are giving one code, which is our salary. So these all are codes. So that's what I'm doing. Segment is the combination of value set. So these all we can keep it as a one combination, and we can create this value set here. So and you can assign that. So what is the value set? Value set is nothing but your value. So what is the value? So 101 is the value. 10301 is the, so these are the values. Simple way. Okay. Is it fine? So before creating chart of accounts, we have to be careful. So in the real-time project, so now you can create number of segments as per your practice. There is no issue on that. So about flexibles, we have three types, right? So one is the key, which is mandatory flexible. One is the descriptive, which is not mandatory. Okay, so we'll see about descriptive flexible later. So right now we're concentrating on the key flexible. So descriptive flexible is nothing but capture the additional information to the form. For example, if we're taking one form, so which is this one. So I want to enter more information as per my business requirement. Then I can enable the descriptive flexible. I can use that. For example, he wants to see the some more information about this form. For example, if you take in any calendar forms, he wants to see the more information about this form. So in this case, I can use the descriptive flexible. I can fulfill this business requirements. Okay, so sometimes what happen, you can find the many gaps. Maybe Oracle is not supported. Okay, because this is the seeded product. Still, if you want to do that, so you can give the workarounds and customizations and all. Okay, so by using the descriptive also, you can give the workaround and all. Okay, that one, that about descriptive flexible we'll see later. Okay, so about this one is fine. So flexible is fine. What is flexible? Which is used to capture the mandatory or not mandatory business information. What is mandatory and what is not mandatory here? Again, one more point. So for example, I can enter my, I can create, just if you are taking any manual accounting entry, I can enter my entry with the company and account. These two are enough. And remaining maybe don't have also, which is not mandatory. But maybe your project is the mandatory, but real time. So if you're taking as a general scenario, so maybe you cannot create any accounting entry with the account value, and you cannot create any accounting entry with your not with your company value. So in this case, what happened? The company segment is the mandatory and account segment is the non-mandatory. And maybe you are using additional also like location segment and product segment. So maybe it's not mandatory also. So that's what happened. So all the information so you can capture in the FlexiFit. Okay. So this is the mandatory and not mandatory information. Okay. And the second point is chart of account. So it will share only not only specific to GL. The chart of accounts can share across the applications. The same chart of accounts can share AP, and the same chart of accounts can share AR, and the same chart of accounts share external third party systems also. Like if the payroll using some other system and they are sending the all the data to the or cloud ERP. Okay, so our system in this case, chart of accounts also same for third party system. That's what I'm telling. Chart of accounts is not belongs to only GL specific. It is the central. Okay, and it can share all the application. Okay, so right now I'm not going to define any chart of accounts now. So just I'm explaining what is the chart of accounts and all. So anyone can have any doubt? So tomorrow I will show you how to create the chart of accounts and what is the navigation point and everything we'll see tomorrow. So this is
Number of segments are possible.
uh, the while creating see the segments. Can you repeat again?
Yeah, how many possible number of segment, maximum number of segments available given by Oracle?
So Oracle is given as 30 segments, okay, and minimum is 2 and maximum is the 30. So what are the minimum two? Just now I told, right? So to create
Company
the
and
accounting entry, so we need the two segment at least. What is that? Company segment and account
account.
segment. So the minimum is the 2. That's why minimum is the 2. And maximum segments you can use the 30 segment. But if you are coming to real time project, mostly they can use 6 segments to 9 segments or 11 segments. That's it. So no one can use the 30 segment. So for example, if you're trying to use the 30 segments, what happens is 101 is my company. So which is my company segment. And this is my account segment. So if you are using the same segments like 30 segments, then what happens while taking any reporting, what happens? It will show like up to this column. Right? So that's what. So most of the implementation projects, they will go for 9, 11 segments, okay, 8 segments as per their requirement. Okay, but still we have an option to create the segments. Minimum is the 2 and maximum is the 30.
Okay, thank you.
So anyone can have any doubt?
Sir, how we are going to continue in this course, like module by module? First, we start with GLAP or some
Yeah,
another
so
way?
we'll go by application. So initially we'll go application, and once the setups are done for AP and GL, then we'll go by PTP. So we have a course concurrent, right? So same way we can go there. So if we're coming to this one, so we have this one, right? So we'll go like this one, same way. So tomorrow maybe I will include all the topics in Excel, so we can go. So right now, so
Have you
we have completed accounting calendar. Okay. So I'm started with GL, right? So we have completed and currencies also. Okay. And now we're in the chart of accounts.
have you shared this with us?
Yeah,
This
you can
agenda.
check with the Satish. He can provide the course content. Yeah, anyone can.
Yeah,
Initially,
I'm just thinking of one scenario, like when you create one ledger and one
yeah.
BU and everything is done. Tomorrow you create a new ledger. that
Okay.
ledger can take the chart of account of this instance, right?
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah.
But I
So
want a different value sets to.
if the ledger wants to use the same chart of accounts, then you can take the same chart of accounts.
No, that's fine. But I want to have a separate value sets with that. So it is all possible.
That is also possible in the Fusion by using the chart of account instance.
Yeah. So it means that the structure they will copy. For example, I have a 6 structure, but I can have a different value set that is not relevant to the ledger B, but ledger A, ledger B have a different value sets also.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, correct. So for example, if you see this structure, so these people, the Tata Enterprise is having this one, okay? And if you're coming to healthcare, so they have a Tata chart of enterprise. So again, Tata Healthcare, they're using different chart of accounts.
Hmm.
Sorry, different segments. So maybe the number is less here, right? So here they're using the whole 5 segments and they're using 9 segments.
Hmm.
How can you achieve that? So by creating the startup account instance, okay? So that is the purpose of startup account instance, okay? Enterprise level, we have only one startup accounts, but while creating the instance, this is a copy of a startup accounts. Just you can
So what
extract
would logically would disable the intercompany and location here? What we do here?
which one? This segment, right?
Yeah, for example, the upper is 9 segment, here is 5 segment. So when we copy this chart of account instance here, so we disable that 4 segments?
No, that we'll see at the time of configuration, okay? So how to do the enable or disable, we'll see that at the time of configuration. So right now, just whatever you are asking. So I have a different business. Tomorrow I want to create my new business to the new chart of accounts. I want to create then still you can do that. Yeah. By using this one. So how to do that, we'll see tomorrow. Anyone next?
Sir, can you please repeat the concept? I was late in the class. Job role, duty role, and abstract. What is the difference? If you can repeat it.
See, job role is nothing but which job you are going to do. So maybe I'm a payables manager, I'm a receivables manager. That is my job, right? And
Yes.
what is my duty there? Okay, so maybe I can enter the invoices, I can do the payments, I can create the journals. So that is my duty rules. Very simple technology, okay? And if you're
Okay.
coming to abstract role, it is completely related to your HCM. So we'll see later that one.
Okay. So data will be provided through duty role, and screens will be provided through job role. It is like that.
No, that is, we can call it as a data access control. So we'll see at the time of data access control. So which data you want to access to the user and which data we want to give the access to the role and all. We'll see at the time of data access control. We have a chapter called data access control. We'll see at the time.
Okay.
So right now, just what is the role? So that's it. Next one, please.
Sir,
Himam.
tomorrow we have a class. Then the next one will be on Monday, right?
Yeah, correct. So Imam, Shiva, Sonu, Vijaya. So initially we'll go very slowly. So no need to hurry and all. So we'll go. So more concentration on the topics only. Okay, initially. And the chart of accounts will take into next class also. Okay. So how to create the system, we'll see in the system and all. So tomorrow I will provide the one more document to you. So what is the navigation and all. So accordingly you can do that. Okay. So today just I'm talking about only currency and calendar. So tomorrow again I come back again about the chart of accounts. So today I'm winding the session. So if anyone have any doubts, please let us know.
No, thanks.
Yeah, fine. So
Thank you.
thanks, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.